Top 10 claims in road projects. So whoever is doing a road project will definitely face these delays for sure. We have tried to populate the ranks based on certain references, and let's see. The first one is variation or the scope change claims. So expecting design changes such as changing the route of the road due to ROW problems, or increasing the number of bridges or vehicle overpasses, vehicle underpasses, and avoiding additional works. So these results in both cost and time disputes. Delay claims. So there was always an competition between the variation claim and delay claim, that who will be on the first position. And in this, based on the references, delay claim is on the second position. So the usual disputes will be between the critical versus non-critical delays, excusable and compensable delays. So the contractor's entitlement differs based on the criticality, excusability, and compensability. So we have seen that in so many videos. So that will have a big impact on the cost and time. Differing site conditions. So if there is no any proper topographical survey or a site survey before the execution of the contractor, so that will always result in unforeseen unknown conditions, usually when excavation starts. So like unknown utilities, you might not be aware of the utilities that are underground, and when the excavation starts, the new surprising utilities may come apart from um, electricity utilities, telecommunication utilities, water pipelines, gas pipelines. So these all has to be properly recorded to avoid the unforeseen conditions and contractors claim due to unforeseen ground conditions. It impacts both cost and time. So if you find something new utilities which are not the contractors being prepared for, then they will stop the work. That might delay the work due to decision makings, and then the contractor has to remobilize and idle manpower charges. So whatever, it depends on the kind of impact it made in the project, actual impact it made in the project. Price escalation or cost overrun claims. So usually road contracts have provisions for price escalations on material, labor, and fuel prices, because they maintain a record of price escalation. What will be the price escalation? Because these projects go from 1 year, 2 years to 6, 7 years, large projects. So in that cases, at the time of estimation, the labor cost and the fuel prices used cannot be used uh, during the bill of the third year or the fourth year. So usually most of the contracts will have a formula for the price escalation. And the problem is, even though the contract has the price escalation, the real price escalation may go beyond the formulas. So in that cases, the inflation and supply chain disruptions can impact the prices. For example, if there might be strikes by the steel producers, or there might be the strike by the aggregate or the gravel miners. So that will automatically inflate the prices in the market. So you cannot stop the work and you don't know when the prices will go down. So in such cases, there will be a dispute between the employer and the contractor that there has been a price escalation and I'm eligible for a additional cost claim. Payment delay claims. Payment delays are always major issues in road projects. The interim payments are being rejected for saying not that it's not submitted with the proper records, or just with the background of bureaucracy, because most of the road projects in any country or any jurisdiction are being controlled by the state-owned employees. So state-owned employers have to be very agile, keeping the cash flow of the contractor in mind. See, this is a business. Transaction is a business, and two parties are entering into the business, and one profit is both the parties are making profit out of it. One is making profit on the construction, the other is making the profit on the operation. So in such cases, business is completely dependent on the cash flow. Each party has to support the other party with the cash flows. So any payment delay will be treated as a breach of contract in most of the jurisdictions across the globe. And this cash flow stress can lead to the project slowdown. It will have a cascading ripple effect on the project. Design deficiency or approval delay claims. This goes with both the ways. If the contractor is not good enough to make the design, or if the contractor has no competency to make the design as per the contractual requirements or as expected by the employer, and if there are any errors in the set out data or any continuous redesigning in every approvals by the employees or delay in approvals, additional comments, new requirements are being popped out in every revision, then that will also delay the project. End of the day, the design uh, changes or design deficiencies will have impact on both time and cost, because the design changes has to be rectified not only in the design phase, it has to be changed during the procurement and the construction phase. So these type of claims are ranking on the 6th number. 7th is land acquisition permits and documentation issues. Land acquisition permits. If you are a road contractor or if you are an employer from roadside, this will be your major issue, because roads are usually dependent on the or not under any controlled site premises. Roads are usually on the general public roads, so they may face many ROW problems, statutory approvals, shifting utilities issues, and this will heavily impact the project's time and cost. So any road contractor or employer into road projects will definitely face this issue in all the projects. Force majeure or external events, it is in the rank 8. So extreme weather conditions. See, normal monsoons, rainfalls are not considered as force majeure. We have worked with certain contractors who say that the monsoon has slowed down. Monsoon comes every year, right? And you have a data of monsoon will enter into the contract. So monsoons are not considered as force majeures. Extreme weather conditions, which are not being predicted before, natural disasters, political issues, pandemics, epidemics. So those are categorized as force majeures or external events which are not even unforeseen. So that will impact time extension to a major site, and cost is very minor recoverable under force majeure. But it depends on the case and it depends on the kind of impact it had on the project. Acceleration or disruption claims. See, even though it's in the rank 9, it is in the top 10. It means that acceleration and disruption claims keep happening in almost all the projects. Why it is not being popped out or in the top ranks is that there are no proper inputs or contact records maintained by the contractor to go for this claim. And from our experiences, we have done many delay analysis for road projects. While doing the road projects, as an expert, we know that there is an acceleration being happened in the project, and you can prove it on a high level bird eye view. But to enter into deep and to go with analysis like measured milestones or to go with the earned value management analysis, you need a lot of input. Without input, it will be difficult for an consultant or an expert to prove that then acceleration claims in terms of time and cost. So better to maintain inputs because you cannot avoid these kinds of claims. So please keep your productivity records in order to capture this kind of delays. And global total cost claims and contractor insolvency, financial failure risk. So these are all different kinds of risks which are placed in the top 10th rank. Like global cost claim is the claim which is having multiple issues like delays, extra work, site conditions, price increases, having totally combined. And insolvency is like if the contractor is facing any bankruptcy, or they have filed a bankruptcy or insolvency, and they are undergoing certain issues, and that can also be trigger claims. And if any subcontractor is going for such insolvency, then that will affect the main contractor, and their dispute will cascade to the employer. So, because we have tried to manage to bring the top 10 claims of the road projects, and these are the references we have referred to populate the ranks. If we have not discussed about something, please comment and we will start discussing it in the next videos. Thank you.